in the first. Tenorio, inside we go, top of the triangle. The intended pass is read by Daniels. Here's Miller with that hop-along dribble of his. And the sudden explosion. Nice fake. Threw off Baguio, and Baguio will pay for it double. He didn't stop the shot and got a foul as well.
Willie Miller, the guy wearing that Barangay Ginebra uniform. This is probably that one guy that wants to win it the most. Of course, moving over to the Gin Kings Justice Conference, traded to that guy that just fouled him, Willie Miller. Already the highest guy with the highest pointers so far. That's his 9th of the game.
And usually when Miller's on fire, usually extends all the way to the final quarter. Miller with 9 points. The lob by Devance. Over to Baguio. Nice steal! Gone! And look at Timco, mad with his team. You are not just here to enjoy the Miller show. You got to run back down defensively. Timeout. It's a full timeout that Timco wants. We'll be back with you in a short while. You know, Willie Miller also already matched his jersey number with 11 points so far posted in this game. That's the total of Alaska up to this very moment. Look at this. Look at that scout.
He struggled in games 1 to 3. Not very Willie Miller like, only 5 points a game on those on the first 3 games, but turned it around in game number 4, and the pendulum is right where it is right now, on the upswing for him, because he's already got 11, matching the entire total of the Alaska Aces.
Exactly, and that's a very good observation that you just made about the pendulum. You're getting more poetic as we go by, bringing out that writer in you, I notice. In the meantime, here comes Simpson. Quick pass to Toss. The free throw area shot, no. And Barangay Ginebra is in full command of this opening quarter. Miller, the shining star of this first quarter. Ginebra surge. Villanueva, hop, hook. Looks like he lost the grip on that one. Tries to keep it alive. And Tim Con already telling referee Herrera, sir, this is the signal you want to make. Loose ball foul.
Loose ball foul number 23. His second team foul on Barangay Ginebra.
Villanueva with foul number 2. Boy, Tim Cone really coaching hard tonight. Well, he always coaches hard, but maybe a little extra harder tonight. Those last 2 games, of course, didn't want to go with that for long, as LA Tenorio pockets that one.
Of course, Coach Tim Cone and the rest of the Aces just don't want to be on the wrong side of the record books as one of the few teams that have held a 2-0 lead in a best-of-5 series and then have gone on to lose it. I believe only 2 teams have ever been able to do that.
Not exactly the most prestigious club to be part of, as Miller continues to burn the hoop. He has 13.
Now, when Barangay Ginebra traded for Willie Miller, this was something that they were hoping to get. As you can see, a loud roar for the Rocket, who's about to check in.
He's already at the launch pad. Do you feel there's a bit of tension in the Alaska game caused by the defense of Ginebra and what's happening with their offense? You think they're playing too tight?
But I just think right now the way they're playing is usually nakikita natin yung Barangay Ginebra first part of this series. They were the team that didn't really play with a lot of energy. Right now, the Alaska Aces, the only guy that seems to be on 4th gear is LA Tenorio. The rest of the guys don't seem to have it in the right gear.
Okay, and that opens the door for us to send it to Chesko Litton.
After losing 2 straight games, Coach Tim says that they just have to stay calm, be creative throughout the game, and defend the Gin Kings guards well. And you also mentioned this earlier in the webpage. Coach Tim said that there seems to be a rebounding backlog, so they have to work on that. As for JC Antal playing his best game of the conference in Game 3, and JJ Helterbrand making crucial shots in Game 4, that's the depth of talent that the Gin Kings have. You don't know where it's going to come from, so you just have to pick your poison. 7, Jason?
Well said, Chester. Thank you very much. In the meantime, Simpson embraces that rebound, and you and Cheska are on the money about that. And Tim Cohn on the rebounding backlog, and Daniels with his second foul already.
You know, and when it comes to rebounds, it's Simpson that really has led the way for the Aces. But like we said, hanggang ngayon, no, hindi pa rin natin nararamdaman yung laro nitong si Simpson,
which is already quite impressive at the start. Medyo na double team at nananakawan siya, ha? Intal snapping that loose. Miller hop step and wild shot, and the rebound picked up by Simpson. And he's too bothered, I think, about the extra contact he's receiving whenever he goes for the ball. As Tenorio fires, you were saying he's the energy man, and continues to be so for Alaska.
And so far, it's been the LA Tenorio show for the Aces and the Willie Miller show for the Gin King.
10 of the 15 points belong to Tenorio. And that is well, I love the way you say it. You say it better than I do. A bit of a bonehead play, because he had no eye contact with his recipient of the pass. Changes being made now. Go ahead, please.
So right now, you look at Alaska, they're going to start to make their changes on their starting five on the floor. It seems like, for one, Alaska, they're trying to find guys that can contribute, more guys that can contribute for them. On the other side naman, para sa Barangay Ginebra, parang napapansin natin sa kanila, they're thinning out their rotation. They're having guys play, they're having less guys play minutes or play in the game compared to what we saw in the first two games of the series, where they played about 11 or 12 guys.
They're really shuffling their cards in the beginning. In the meantime, this is where we see Menk and Villanueva on the floor at the same time, simply because Daniels' game has been off so far, with 2 personals and some turnovers as well. The lead is 11. Devance took a step too many. I see De La Cruz stepping in for the first time, pulling out Devance.
Well, here, Coach Tim Cohn, the one thing that you're not going to be happy about is the number of turnovers that you've given up to Barangay Ginebra. Already 7 turnovers in this game. And other than that, you cannot give a team like Ginebra 26 points in a quarter.
Intal, using his radar, spotting that and nailing it.
Now, JC Intal was really had a lift off last conference. The fans really recognize his talent. Medyo na-discourage nitong konferensya to because he got into an injury. But now that he's back, eksakto na naman pang playoffs.
Simpson, trying to get a fire started, nails his first bucket with less than 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Intal, if you're given isolation plays, you're given the green light to sort of create, but he won't force it. Went to Cortez, now to Villanueva. Villanueva bouncing it over to Helterbrand, wide open. Not quite. And Villanueva tried to run down defensively, and Tala with a hand. De La Cruz slipped. De La Cruz slipped.
Tony De La Cruz. So, when you look at that bench of Alaska, you would say Tony De La Cruz, when it comes to getting points off the bench, siya yung number 1 na panggagalingan ng points niya. But it hasn't worked out so far for Alaska. Tony De La Cruz,
in the series, huh?
Not in this series. Tony De La Cruz's best performance has been a 5-point performance.
Helterbrand releases with time coming down to the final second of the first 12 minutes. And look at this. Barangay Ginebra establishing the theme, the mood of this game, with an early surge ahead 28-17 at the gap between the first 2 quarters.
The PBA on Solar TV, and right now I am with the Alaska Aces assistant coach Luigi Trillo. Luigi, Willie Miller finished game 4 with 12 points, and right now he already has 13. And a while ago during the timeout, Coach Tim said that nobody was reacting. You gave out 22 points, 5 turnovers already. Adjustments, game plan?
We're not getting good shots. I think we're forcing a lot of 3-pointers. That's allowed Willie Miller to fuel their fast break and go in transition. Other times also we're caught in 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and we're forcing things. That's not Alaska basketball. That's Ginebra basketball. We've got to keep tempo and get better shots.
All right, thank you, Coach. Back to you, 7 Jason.
Thank you very much to the two of you. That was crystal clear as Mank ends up with nothing and stopped by the defense of Simpson. So Alaska with the burden of the